Here I'm presenting the audit notice that was printed in the Reading Eagle on April 14th by Exeter Township. Basically represents our balance sheet and our income statement for December 31st, 2020. And as you can see, the title says Audit Notice. So you would look at this and you would think that this is audited financial information. That's what audit means. If it wasn't audited, it would say unaudited, right? This was put together by our CPA firm, Maley, based on information provided by the township, is what I was told. The second-class township statute requires that an annual audit be completed no later than 90 days after the end of the previous fiscal year. So that would make that March 31st. Yeah, and this was published on April 14th. But guess what? The audit is not complete. They failed to complete it. It's still not completed. And they published this report along with the DCED report. And so our manager, Jeff Bartlett, claimed in a recent meeting that, we're compliant with everything with Section 904. But they're not compliant with anything in Section 904. And I can prove it. These are the facts. So let's move on. There's a basic equation that every first-year accounting student learns in Introduction to Accounting. It's very simple, makes a lot of sense, easy to understand. Assets equal liabilities plus equity. All right, so here's our assets, $98,839,510. Next, we're going to add our liabilities, which you can see right there. Following that arrow, $30,040,478. And we add the equity to that, and that's $68,770,955. So let's add up those two numbers. Let's add up liabilities and equity and see what we get. All right, in that next box, $98,811,433. Now you can easily see visually that number does not equal the assets. It's off. Now I looked at least a dozen other townships that filed this report in a timely manner. This has to be filed between April 1st and April 15th. And I looked at their balance sheets, and every single one of them, their balance sheets balanced, except for ours. Exeter Township's balance sheet is out of balance by $28,077. I mean, how can this be? We have an audit firm. We pay them a lot of money, but they skipped a beat here because they never finished the audit in time. And they did the same thing last year. So here we are. The equation doesn't add up. We should be concerned about this. You can see the lackadaisical manner that our township supervisors and our employees who are responsible for the financial safety of our township and reporting the information, it doesn't make sense. And the township supervisors know we have a problem with personnel who are not qualified to be doing our financial information. So this is a serious problem. I've shown it to you. You can go to the April 14th Reading Eagle and you can see this exact same thing there. This is a screenshot of it. So I'm not making this up. It's real. In fact, who would make this up? Who would publish a balance sheet that's out of balance? Okay, so I just on a side note, I want to say some things about the concise statement of activities on the other side here. I follow the meetings all year, and all spending we were told was budgeted. Yet here we are $2,725,029 over budget. How can this be? You can see we have operating revenue of over $15 million. The general fund budget was just a little bit over $12 million, so we've gotten almost $3 million additional revenue. But then our operating expenses were supposed to be pretty close to the revenue number. We were supposed to have a positive number comparing the expenses to the 2020 budget. But here we spent much more than $12 million, $17.8 million, and our operating income, which is a negative $2,725,029. This is outrageous. They can't control costs. That's pretty clear. How can we expect them to control costs when they start building the promenade, which I think is going to destroy this community if we let these novices go ahead and do what they plan on doing? We need to stop them. We need to prevent this project from going forward, but they're going full blast. But here you have it. Look, $2.7 million deficit. Now this has to be paid from something. I mean, we spent more than what came in, and where it comes from is the sewer proceeds. That's where it comes from, and around 7% of the remaining sewer proceeds were used to cover this. We can't go on like this for very long. And you can see the impact of our net position. We had $71 million at the beginning of the year, and we end up with just short of $69 million at the end because of the big loss we've had. You know, people, the ramifications of this, if we continue, is that we're going to see gigantic tax increases, and you're going to be digging deep into your pocket. No one's going to want to move here because we're going to be essentially bankrupt. So you need to consider this. You need to demand from our supervisors to explain what is going on. Now, I'm very experienced at these things. I offered my help over 2 years ago. I've tried to get on the audit committee. I've tried to get on the planning committee. I tried to get on the zoning committee. Mr. Casadis and his minions have said, no way am I ever going to be allowed to get involved in our government. Why? That's what I ask myself.